The role of graphic design in Americanization. Americanization, which refers to the United States of America becoming influential on the world stage, began in the 1920s, taking advantage of World War I as they remained neutral until 1917 and exported approximately $2 billion in war supplies to Europe. This was a period of rapid development of American culture and economy, which is still influencing globally even nowadays. Graphic design, on the other hand, is a field that is usually forgotten in terms of social and global changes. However, graphic design plays a significant role in the process of Americanization by influencing American brands, literature, and music. To begin with, memorable graphic design that is applied to American brands becomes a symbol of Americanization. Red and blue are often used to state the nationality of the founder and the product, along with the idea of American pride and shop logo are encouraged by the mainstream media. These branding designs become popular both at home and abroad. Coca-Cola and McDonald's can be great examples. In the year of 1906, as the William C. D. Arcee agency took over the advertising of Coca-Cola and started to unify the color scheme and thought of their advertising designs, Coca-Cola is no longer a local medicine syrup business, becomes a well-known company with a national presence and a huge amount of fans. Similarly, McDonald's has also adopted the same strategy. The golden arcs and the red and white tile stripe were designed by architect Stanley Miston and were first used in 1953. The arc was successful as designing an icon because of, not in spite of, its commercialism, which led McDonald's to gain popularity on the national and even global stage. The rise of American brands in the global market pushes the process of Americanization. Capabilities and opportunities are indeed important, yet consumers will not remember this brand without the creativities that spread their identities to the public. Moreover, graphic design's impact on American literature has resulted in Americanization. Writing, as an intuitive form of art, can easily spread national pride when writers portray the background of characters. Thus, the rise of American writers makes the world aware of American culture and appearance. Graphic design's role in literature is simple but crucial. It affects readers' first impressions, since, no matter what, people do judge a book by its cover. After World War II, dystopia became a new trend in the Western literature field. Novels like 1984 and Brave New World had become popular. The American contemporary artist Shepard Fairey designed book covers for the English writer George Orwell for two of the most famous dystopian novels in the world, 1984 and Animal Farm. For both two covers, Shepard Fairey uses the color scheme of red, black, and copper to suggest the Communist Party of the Soviet Union. The eyes eye piece on the cover of 1984 suggests the quote, "The Big Brother is watching you" in the book. Fairey and Orwell's cooperation is significant since both the author and the artist realize that to communicate effectively with the public, the creator must fuse political purpose and artistic purpose into one whole. In comparison to Fairey and Orwell, at the year of 1925, Francis Cugat, a Spanish painter and graphic designer, emigrated to Hollywood and painted the famous Celestial Eiffel of Scott Fitzgerald, which became the cover of The Great Gatsby. It becomes one of the most recognizable covers in the history of American literature. The Great Gatsby is the first novel that points out the theme of the collapse of the American dream. Inspired by it, novels like The Old Man and the Sea and On the Road were wrote in the 50s, spreading American dreams all over the world. Graphic designers with strong opinions are using their creativity to help great writers to promote their work. This process of cooperation has achieved Americanization. Lastly, graphic design is indispensable in the American music industry to achieve Americanization. In music industries, graphic design is mostly involved when it comes to album covers and performance posters. Taking Andy Warhol as an example, he was admired by multiple great musicians from the Rolling Stones to John Lennon, yet his most well-known cover design is for the Velvet Underground. In 1965, Andy Warhol was introduced to the band and became their manager. 2 years later, under Warhol's assistance, the Velvet Underground's first album was released and named The Velvet Underground and Nickel. The huge yellow banana was printed on the cover of this album. It is such an iconic and eye-catching design. Some people even believe that the design becomes even more celebrated than the record itself. This album is even more successful in terms of Americanization against Soviet communism.
And lo and behold, it found a reception in Czechoslovakia. I even had that demonstrated to me in the sense of meeting all these people who said, the music did this and this, I went to jail and I had this with me, and these lyrics made me feel so-and-so.
In an exaggerated way, the Velvet Underground caused the Velvet Revolution and eventually led to the collapse of the Soviet Union and the end of the Cold War. Andy Warhol and the Velvet Underground's collaboration brought Americanization to a higher stage. Thus, the combination of graphic design and music has led to Americanization.